Ladies and gentlemen, I just had one of those YouTuber moments when you have recorded a full on, I don't know, like 2 episodes maybe, or even 3 episodes, and then you put the videos into Adobe Premiere Pro, and guess what? There's computer audio, but no voice audio. Yes. So this is gonna be a recap of what happened in these few episodes that I was willing to put out, and yeah, this is gonna be voiceover commentary on what you are seeing now on the screen. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Don't forget to press that like button. Well, shit happens to everyone, and I guess I'm not an exception. I know others have had the same problem. Didn't check the microphone before, and then suddenly you see that there's no voice. Oh well, things happen. Either way, guys, enjoy. Well, obviously, first things first, I decided to go out into the plains and actually clear out some goblin villages and then think about where should I place the base. I thought that I should increase the base theta because it's near mountains. I could just expand it there. But then I understood that there's not enough, not water there, but there's no sea next to the base theta. That's why I started making another base elsewhere, but we'll get to that. I couldn't leave the base without taking all the turnips that I had in my garden and plant some new ones as well. And I also noticed that I run out of my 400 turnip seeds, so it's time to farm some more seeds. There is actually a way how you can plant, well, basically any seed in a really nice way. So there's always like proper distance between every every plant, and the thing you have to do is just press C on the keyboard so it changes your walking mode, so you're not running but you're walking, and then simply just smash the mouse button until your field is full, and it always puts the plants on the same distance. You can see that it looks really a lot nicer this way than previously when I did it manually. I was quite surprised to see a drake in plains attacking me. It was really far away from its home. But yeah, this was basically the moment when I decided to go into plains and just farm some goblins, farm some loxes, and also maybe clear even a first village and get some fooling totems, because fooling totems, you will see later on, are the ones that are required for spawning the Yagluv. Yeah, so here I fought a Lox, had a lot of fun with it. I didn't notice that I'm shooting wooden arrows instead of obsidian arrows, because I crafted I think about 200, and later I crafted another 400 more obsidian arrows just for this purpose, because they do 3 times the damage, plain and simple. So here I found a small goblin village, and well, fortunately there was no goblin shaman here, because goblin shamans put a shield around their kind of goblin minions, and then your first shot at the goblin doesn't do anything because they're all shielded. So here is my first meeting with the fooling berserker in this playthrough, because I have defeated them before in the previous playthrough. And they do not really possess that much of a threat. If you just keep on kiting them, it's pretty easy to kill them. And they do drop some coins, they do drop some black metal bars that later on we're gonna use to craft some black metal axes or swords. But that's not about that. So yeah, here we just fought off everyone, keeping a really safe distance between me and the goblin camp. So just shooting them one by one, just like that. This was a funny moment. Well, if you see a goblin, a fooling, with a spear, you have to be careful, because look at this. Did you see how much damage that was? The goblin fulling with the spear dropped 130 hit points. It did 130 damage. Okay, I know I have the troll armor, and I know it's a level 1 star goblin, but if you see a goblin with a spear, keep your distance, evade it at all costs, and kill it first, because they do the most amounts of damage. They are even more dangerous than the fulling berserkers. So here you can see the fulling totem. You need in total 5 fulling totems to spawn the Agloff, the last boss of Valheim. So I got my first here, and I will get a few more later on. So this is my first goblin village cleared in this playthrough. After clearing that goblin village, I returned back home, and I decided that I need a lot more wood if I want to make a base down there in plains, because there's no forest there. So I returned back home, took a cart, and went to the forest and cut down a bunch of trees. I also had no trees left, no wood left in my storage. You can see that it's almost empty there. So yeah, I just started felling down trees. This was the amount of trees that I fell down after first Elder buff, and also by destroying only 1 bronze axe. So there's gonna be 2 more. So the field of the trees is gonna get bigger. So once I was done with all the wood, I came back to the plains area and started shooting down some fulling goblins from afar. I found quite a large village. It wasn't a small one. I think I tanked another hit here, yep. But this time I got only hit by 90 or something damage. There was a goblin fort there as well, but yeah, cleared that out pretty easily, and then started killing off goblins one by one. Also before that, I destroyed some of the rock here, so no goblin could come up. So there's always be a safe haven for me to hide, and in my case it's a rock. I just jump on the rock and nobody can get to me. None berserker, no shaman, no one. So that's just a small tip on how you can be safe when attacking a goblin village. So after clearing out the goblin base, I decided that I need a base here, and I decided to build my base in the goblin village. And I hope, and I really don't know about this, I hope that no goblins can spawn inside my base now. But yeah, I built a big wall all around the territory. I saw that 1 goblin suddenly spawned in here, but I was thinking that there's not gonna be any more goblins later on when I build a house here, and then when I start planting some wheat. But yeah, basically I started my second base, like the second biggest base I guess, because the one in Meadows, that is gonna still be my main base, but this is gonna be the plain base, which is required if you want to farm the resources that can only be farmed in plains. For example, you can tame loxes here, and you can plant wheat here. You can get black iron here, and you can also cook the black iron here by making the forge, not the forge, but making the blast furnace here. So yeah, it makes sense to make a base in plains area, and even maybe make a main base in the late game in plains area. That could be a smart move. Thank you guys for watching. This was Joy Plays Games, and this was my playthrough. I think it's the 16th episode or something. This time it was a bit different, but I still hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press that like button, write a comment down below, and has this happened to you as well? Like when you do something, you are really enthusiastic about it, and then suddenly you realize that, well, a simple thing like the microphone wasn't turned on. Things happen. Stay positive, stay joyful, and see ya in the next one.